What's up, guys? New video. Um, this one's gonna be all over I don't have a designated thing for today's video, but it's summer finally in Iowa. I mean, it's been summer, I guess, for a little bit now, but the sun's finally out. We got our first heat advisory. Yeah, sun's out. It is hot. It's very hot, and the sun is beaming down. Ooh. You see? Okay. I think that's good. Okay. Alright, Alright. So, looking at the list, today's topic is going to be getting out of your comfort zone. And this is a topic I find interesting because I think people nowadays limit themselves on their ability. And I think if people put themselves in difficult situations, I think people would be surprised at how much they can actually do and how much ability they actually have in themselves. But I think people put like a maximum on themselves, and they put like a maximum amount that they can actually output, or a maximum amount that they can do before you hit that point or whatever. But something I learned from getting out of my comfort zone was we can start. I guess we can go back a few years now. I suppose a few years ago, I was in a place where it wasn't a good place because I wasn't doing anything. I was just doing the same stuff every day, but I didn't have anything that really challenged me. I was just like kind of moping around all the time and not really like forming plans or getting anything like new done. I'd kind of been doing the same stuff for a long time. So it got to a point where I got tired of it, and then I watched a few podcasts and I got inspired, and the inspiration I got, it carried me to run 6 miles a day, every day of the week, Monday to Sunday, every week for probably like 2 months, without stopping. And it's crazy to think about now because I'd have to like really, really try to get back to that. But it's crazy how I was able to do that when before I wouldn't have even thought it would have been possible for me to run 6 miles. But you look at me now, and we have 5Ks under our belt. We have a half marathon under our belt. We're gonna have more 5Ks and more races under our belt after this summer. So you really don't want to limit yourself, because once you limit yourself, then you're putting a wall up that you can't get through. And then once that wall is up, it's like blocking a part of your mental capacity to persevere. And if you have a wall up and you're 100% sure that the wall is unbreakable, you're not going to get through it, you're not even going to try. And if you try, you might be surprised to know that after a few, attempts, you'll see a crack. And that's something you might never have thought was possible, But you're not going to know until you try it. So you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to do things that you're not used to. Like I got into running, and I've always kind of been a physical active person, but running was something I never did ever. We were never runners. We were just physically moving all the time. And so it's interesting how something can completely change your life, but you'll never know unless you give it a shot. But that could be with anything. It doesn't have to be with running. It could be with reading. It could be with any, goal you have that you're not sure about, like going towards, or something you're not sure if you should like fight for or really give any attention. But it's good too, because you can also learn about yourself from those experiences. So if you do something you think you're interested in, and it doesn't turn out like how you thought, it might suck, but it's also a good learning point. You can definitely learn from it and grow as a person, and that might be a good thing that something like that didn't work out. Or even if it does, it's a good thing regardless. You're moving forward, you're progressing in some way. But staying stationary and not changing things ever, it's a good way to stay in one place for the rest of your life, and that's depressing as hell. And if that's how you want to live your life, you can, 100%. It's all up to you. It's just, you might not know how much you can grow unless you try. You know, it's important to do stuff like that. And I've learned a lot from it. Like I said, I feel like I've progressed, even though things, happen that might set you back or whatnot. If you have the ability and capability to get back on the track, it's better than staying in one place. It's better than giving up on it all and dropping it all. It's better to keep that train going. Even if it's slow, at least you're moving forward instead of, dropping dead and stopping. Stopping the progress altogether. So it's good to at least have something. But this can cover multiple topics. Like I started out with physical aspect of it, but there's also a like more emotional side to it. Like people nowadays are very socially awkward, me included. I'm an introvert, a hardcore introvert, and I don't think I'll ever change from that. So I know there's a lot of people in my generation are introverts, but it's not the best way to live. It's nice to know that you can handle yourself, and that's one thing I love about being an introvert is I love being by myself. I love my time. But you also do have to be actually really open to communicating with others, because if you don't and you isolate yourself that much, it's just going to kind of wreck your emotional stability. Like if you can't really talk to people, then that's also something that's going to hold you up from being able to progress in life. You have to be able to talk to people. You have to be able to go to a business meeting and have a conversation. You have to be able to just have small talk with someone out in public, even if it doesn't really matter. It's just cool to do stuff like that. You have to interact with people as a human. Otherwise, it just won't go good. You'll be sad all the time. It's not a very productive way to live your life. It's kind of a way to just shell out and not give anyone a chance. It's kind of like closing yourself off, which again I can understand why people would want to do that, because I can understand that to a certain extent. But it's also, you do have to understand that it's not healthy, and that it can get out of control, and that can lead to a bad path. But you also don't have to rush into things. Like you can go at your own pace. I've thought about talking to people out in public, and it is weird, the idea of having the thought of going up to someone and just talking to them for no reason. It's hard to actually act on it, because you think, okay, well, if this there's no point in me bringing or talking to this person, because if it's just going to be small talk, then we're both just going to move on, and I'd rather just save my breath and not use that energy. And that's fair. I get where you're coming from. But also, there's a certain feeling you get when you have a simple conversation with someone, and it's just when good vibes are just passed around, when you're just asking someone how their day is, and you just say, oh, I hope you have a good day. Good vibes like that carry throughout the day, and they make you feel better throughout the day, and just throughout your life. It can change how you think about things. So that stuff can be crucial to like emotional stability. And I think my generation's in a serious place where we could use that. But sun's out, so the bugs are out, and they are absolutely ripping me to shreds. I don't know how I have so many bug bites, but cause I swear I haven't gotten a bug bite in like the last 2 years. I just like don't think I have. Probably because I've been inside. That would make sense. I guess the last few years have kind of been like the awkward exiting of the COVID era. So I guess it's kind of a weird time still, but yeah, I'm getting hella bug bites, and I'm not used to it because it's been so long. So I'm going through that. That's annoying, but interesting again. So yeah, getting used to the bugs. The heat, honestly, I'm not a massive fan of. I was enjoying it for about like 3 weeks. And now I just wish it was cooler. Like, I enjoy nights now because it's cool, and so it's just so chill. And those are my favorite times of the day. But I got stuff I gotta do during the day. So we gotta get through it regardless. But yeah, it's hot out here. It's not a bad thing though, because we do have stuff coming up. I wanted to talk about a few things. This will be going up. This video will be going up a little before midway through the week. And this weekend we have 2 races we're doing. We are doing a virtual 5K, and then we are doing a in-person 10K. I want to say, yeah, an in-person 10K for the 4th of July. It's 4th of July week, so we're gonna have some races for the 4th of July. For the 250th anniversary of America, I thought it'd be good. I thought it'd be cool to do, so we're gonna do that. And then we have Waterloo coming up. That's gonna be fun. We're gonna be filming that. We're gonna be filming the wrestling. There's gonna be wrestling. There's gonna be night activities we're gonna do. I have no idea what we're gonna do because we just do whatever we want to do. So we're gonna have some fun at night, and then we have Lost Island the last day of Waterloo, so that'll be great. We're gonna go to Lost Island Water Park, hit the slides. I'm gonna try and record as much as possible, but I also don't know how much I'm gonna be able to record because none of my stuff can get wet. So we're gonna see. I'll record some stuff. But we have that, and then later in July we have the National, but that's farther away, so we'll wait for that. But we're gonna be filming that as well. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up. Damn ants, the size of quarters. So I just wanted to get something out today. This should be posted tomorrow on Tuesday. And yeah, we're gonna go to the gym after this. We gotta clean, we got taekwondo, we have to run after that. And then tomorrow we have to clean the gym again, and we have to lift. And I think I'm gonna lay out too because the UV this week's gonna be ridiculous. So yeah, so then we're probably gonna tan tomorrow, clean the gym, lift, and then I'll probably end up running again tomorrow as well. But I need to start stretching more. But that's just what I wanted to put out today. Just a little video midweek, just letting you know what's going on, and some, hopefully inspirational stuff that can help you guys out. But that'll be it for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. I would appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.